Hello and welcome. Today I'm in the tier 10 Japanese carrier, the Hakuryuu again. In this match, Strangers is in his Yamato again and Tuca is in his Iowa. We also have a Midway and the enemy has two Hakuryuus. I start out by taking my torpedo bombers over to the enemy side and I want to strike at essentially the first thing that I can so I don't get entangled into a fighter standoff, which turns out to be the Atago now. Hopefully I can do a strike before he uses his ability. But nope. I guess I'll pull back and really kill him hard. Because, you know, I'm vindictive. I added post commentary to this game mainly because I got so focused that I kind of forgot to speak while I was streaming this match. So anyway, my first target is the Sataka because she is alone and she pissed me off. And I use my fighters to intercept these torpedo bombers for my team. I think I'll use my dive bombers on the destroyer then, because why not? Maybe they'll hit or something. I just don't want to pay attention to them because I don't think there's much that I can do with them, as most battleships at this time are sticking together, so anti-air would just rip them apart anyway. At least dropping on a destroyer like this won't be costly in terms of ships lost. And Atako's strike was successful. By the way, to all of you complaining about the icons, I tried changing them. Hopefully it worked out now. So games from now on should be, you know, without them. I agree that they are hard to notice. That is, understand, but I don't know if, you know, having them is really important. Anyway, since it's kind of a downtime as I'm just cycling planes, to be honest, I think that tier 10 carriers should be like Essex and Taiha level, mainly because the planes are less sturdy and they aren't as fast, so gameplay is a bit more interesting about it. But you know, maybe when compared to tier 10 battleships, it isn't as they aren't good enough. I can't exactly tell that. I mean, statistically, yes, I can understand that tier 10 carries are a bit problematic right now, all that stuff, but if I look at the actual gameplay about myself or Strangers and Tuca here, I don't see it like ever being a problem. At least not as big of a problem as people make it out to be. So anyways, I cycle my torpedo bombers, then fighters, and then dive bombers, because dive bombers are the weakest ones. I will keep the fighters around to defend, and go try doing a strike with the torpedo bombers. A nice battleship kill would be good. Because I saw fighters going to the right side, or bottom side as they call it on this map, I will go above. Hopefully won't run into the fighters. Also, Midway, I hope you stop messing around. Just stand still a little, or go in a straight line so we don't have to, like, try to encircle one another. Also, I've been streaming at this point for like 5 hours, and I'm starting to notice that selecting groups, I am getting quite a bit of delay at times, or the selection doesn't work properly, which is annoying. By the way, if you wonder why I don't use my fighters that much, it's because I'm trying to pay attention to other stuff. And if you select your fighters and click on a ship, then it will automatically patrol around that ship and defend. Okay, I think I might want to go to on the Iowa or the Yamagi. Oh, never mind. I wanna go on the Shimakaze instead, if I can. Hopefully those fighters don't deal with me. Yes, it seems they were busy doing other stuff. Good. I will try to drop on the Shimakaze properly, but sadly, because of his closeness to this iceberg, it's gonna be difficult. I can't really do the usual drop, so I try to do other stuff. Damn, I messed this drop up and now he used smoke. I need to reposition again to come from the side because he's probably turning in the smoke. And I'm gonna do a blind drop inside the smoke. Awesome! I got the Shimakaze kill. Now I'll go on the Yamagi with this last group. Because the Yamagi doesn't have room to maneuver now, especially because he's being shot at by another ship. And then I'll bring a dive bomber follow-up onto the Yamagi. I will make my fighters cover Tuca, that is the Iowa, because he seems to be far enough ahead. Covering cruiser is kinda pointless. Well, okay, maybe not pointless, but it's not as useful. However, covering an Iowa is definitely useful because enemy fighters don't want to engage them, and it's good for warding off torpedo bombers. Anyways, Samagi got hit by the torpedo bombers earlier and now he's gonna get grilled. 3 fires is pretty deadly. I think he might actually die to this. I'll try following the Midway so we are all both together so that if we do get struck, both our anti-airs will be working together. Chat said something interesting. So tier 10 games everyone just sits back and lets carriers go to work. Because this match pretty much was like that. I mean, 10 minutes in and there's only like 1 or 2 ships that have tried pushing properly, especially on the enemy team. They are all essentially just falling back. But it's still not that. Okay, since the torpedo bombers left from the Iowa, I'll pull them back onto the Yamato because I think they might. Wait, what? They just left. Never mind. You know, just having fighters close can just ward off enemy planes, and that's what I tried to do with my division mates. Especially because even if fighters come to engage my fighters, the friendly ship anti-air is good enough to rip those fighters apart.
Group 6, awaiting instructions. Group 4, standing by for instructions. Over.
I'm going after one of the battleships. What the hell? How did a Baltimore get over here? What? The hell was he doing? Like, did he spend like all his game going around the map or something? Did he think he's like a destroyer or something? Damn, I don't think I'm in time with my fighters to defend this destroyer. The interesting thing is that he could have survived this if he hadn't boxed himself in with the iceberg. But since he did, well, sorry, doesn't work out for him very well. We don't want to go to the Des Moines because the Des Moines has very powerful anti-air, so I'll try to go for the Yamato. Although a Yamato and the North Carolina combo is pretty good for anti-air as well. I want to start moving away from the Baltimore because we only have one gearing in the way, and a gearing might not really be spotted, so if we get spotted by the Baltimore, it might be very painful. Damn, the Yamato's turning. Wow, already lost 5 torpedo bombers before the drop. Anyways, I'm gonna launch my fighters to defend until both fighters are up again. Because I can't see many planes at the moment, and I don't know where the trajectories are. And our teams are kind of spread out, so it's difficult to have some defensive formations, so I'll try to cover our carriers instead. Right now, Strangers was offering to defend against this Baltimore, but I think the Gering is fine with it. I mean, the Baltimore's at half HP, and there's nothing else around, so if the Gering isn't dying, it's okay, because we can just keep running away, I think. Anyways, I'm gonna deep fry this Yamato now. And oh, torpedoes! Wow, our Midway is pretty screwed. 400 HP. And there's a destroyer straight ahead. Yep, found the destroyer. It should be a Kagero because of the amount of torpedoes. And yep, it is a Kagero. And sadly the Midway died, although I did kill the Yamato. I can use my 21 rounds per minute secondaries, but I think I need to get a bit too close. Originally I wanted to get close for my secondaries, but then I thought that I should just leave. However, because of the torpedo bombers that I am sighting right now, I might be able to lead the destroyer in a way that he won't be able to torpedo me properly, so maybe it's okay. I mean, we've all seen how deadly secondaries can be on carriers, so maybe it's worth a try. I'll try to just get closer to him and do a decent torpedo drop. But the main thing is to keep changing course, so the torpedoes he fires will keep missing. Oh, and since I'm so close, it's important to not torpedo myself. I've seen some people torpedo themselves. Oh my god, this fighter is a problem. Because this fighter will interrupt me being able to do a decent... Wow. Yeah. This is a pretty deadly combo. I had never thought about it. Have a destroyer with a fighter escort and then go against the carrier. Luckily I managed to dodge all his torpedoes, so he won't be able to torpedo again for like a few minutes. But anyways, have a fighter escort with destroyers. Because that was very disruptive. But anyways, right now I just I'm herding the destroyer away. He can't really turn around to keep getting closer. I mean, I managed to not even lose HP so far, but for some reason my secondaries didn't do anything either. Oh well. But then again, I'm at 6 kilometers now, so it won't really make much of a difference, and the gearing is coming in. And there's only 2 carriers left at this point. I think we're gonna win. It seems the Baltimore is mad about Gearing killing him. fucking Ghost Destroyer. The Gering probably utilized smoke and other concealment tactics to keep themselves not visible and just killed Baltimore like that. By the way, I don't recommend going after carriers in the destroyer anymore, at least not at tier 9 and 10, because carriers kinda end up being very armored, so your guns really won't do much damage. And the secondaries become incredibly painful, and it's still difficult to land torpedoes unless you get super close. Yeah, look at how mad the Baltimore is. Yeah, the Gering is definitely a cheater. So anyways, now it's time to just go deal with carriers. Okay, found the Hakuryuu. Oh, found the second Hakuryuu too. Wow, that guy is in a pretty good place. He's gonna be pretty difficult to torpedo bomb, but since he's the closer one, I'll try anyway. Especially because the game's gonna end very soon, so... Oh, I got clear sky and Strangers got clear sky. Nice. There's only 2 minutes left of time. And only 30 points.
Group 7 awaiting instructions.
I'll try to drop with the torpedo bombers because, well, it might just do something.
Group 7, we're under attack.
Come on, dive bomber, set him on fire. Wow, 3 hits, 0 fires. What? What?
Standing by for instructions.
Oh well. Let's try the next one then. That's quite some RNG. I mean, I could understand if I didn't hit him and I didn't get any fires, but I got 3 hits and still no fires. Wow. But anyways, this was a great game for me. At least I think so. 7,100k and 7,400 experience. Oh my god, Strangers beat me by 10 experience again. Fuck this game. God damn it. By 10 experience. Oh my god. I like how we're both higher than, more than double of Tuca, and everyone else is below Tuca even. I think our team would be quite a bit in trouble without our division. And look at that Shimakaze on the enemy team. But 10 experience. God damn it. How unfortunate. How unfortunate. Oh well. Was quite the game though. I didn't actually deal that much damage. I mean, I did a lot of damage, of course. That's 132k, but it's not exceptional by any means. At least not like 3000 plus base score level. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe and thanks for watching.